Ah, Tim.
Welcome back on board. This episode we are exploring the sandy straits inside Gari, or Fraser Island. We're catching an epic feed of mud crabs in some stormy conditions. We'll show you our super simple home, sailing, boating or camping friendly chili mud crab recipe and come across a very unexpected seafood delicacy. Last episode we crossed Wide Bay Bar and now we're hiding out a storm on the inside of Gari at a lovely protected anchorage called Gary's Anchorage. The weather has set in, but that wasn't going to stop me from getting out there on our high field and searching for one of my favourite foods on planet Earth.
Ah, bugger. Running around here. I'm currently rowing around the mud flats and sand flats and mangrove forest looking for a spot to set a mud crab trap or three. I know there are good muddies here. You can just tell it's just mud crab heaven in here. But I'm looking to find some nice drains, kind of like areas that drain out of the mangroves. So I'm trying to row and talk to you. Areas that kind of drain out of the mangroves and into the main sort of waterway here. I think I found one, so I'll take you up there, we'll have a look, and I'll throw a couple of traps in and we'll see what it produces. Looks like a good one. There's one of my traps there, but we'll go to him afterwards. I'm gonna go my old faithful trap first.
Wow.
Told you we're going on a mission.
What a spot.
Pretty cool, eh? I'm not sure what to expect. Nothing. Old faithful.
I honestly have no idea how Tim remembers where he sets his traps. He can never remember where he has put his keys on a 46-foot boat, yet he can find a tiny white float hidden in kilometers of thick mangrove forest in a random part of the world he has never been before. Baffling.
Nothing. Three crabs.
You too!
Two of them. That's a good spot.
Awesome!
Yeah, baby.
Wow,
Nice.
good spot.
Much better. That's what they're looking for.
Two! Awesome!
It's quite a nice one there, that one. Look at him. Two crabs.
Hey guys! Oh, they're fighting. Oh.
Alright, sweet. A couple of muddies.
Ew.
Happy,
Woohoo.
happy. Chili mud crab for us, Francie.
Yay.
With a couple nice crabs on board, we went off in search of some more productive locations to set traps for our crabby little friends.
Enjoying this little mission, Tim?
I really like mud crabs.
Ah, look at the boats all in the water. Oh my
The
god.
water, right deep in the mud as well.
Ah, I will be right here waiting for you, waiting. Oh, yucky.
So much fun.
Oh my god. It's getting very deep. Oh my god. I think I'm gonna be right here. Very clean and nice. Alright, Tim. You're gonna wash that.
Probably.
Ah, I won't touch.
Alrighty.
Okay, let's go for a little mission there. Oh my god, you cannot even walk there. Turns out there are no limits how far Tim will go for mud crabs.
Fran, for some reason, chose the warm, cozy boat instead of another mud crabbing mission with me, so I'll be flying solo for our final pot retrieval before our big mud crab cook-up. Fingers crossed for a few more bucks.
Well, it's about as unpleasant as it can get out here at the moment. We're in the middle of a low pressure system. The place is flooded. It's pretty horrible, but we might get some crabs, so let's see. Right. Apparently there might be crocs in here. Great. Yeah. You. Oh, it's a Jenny. And a mullet.
In Queensland, jennies or female crabs are illegal to take, so this lovely lady went straight back home.
Yeah. Two. Fuck. Well, as you can see, it was mildly successful. Got two nice bucks, and yeah, it'd be real tasty. Worth it, I guess.
Yee, banana bread and pizza for the trip tomorrow. The day today here is raining crazy outside, and Tim and we are stuck inside the boat here doing some cooking. And yeah, enjoy this rain day as we can. And now Tim gonna prepare some crab for us. Let's do.
Here's one.
Wow, good one.
And if you think that's a big mud crab, have a look at that one.
Wow.
Absolute stonkers. Look at that. Beast of a thing. You can tell they're males because they've got the sharp point on the bottom. That is just packed full of meat, that claw. Look at the size of it. Obviously, fresh mud crab, live mud crab, chili crab. What I'll do is I will take these guys outside, dispatch of them very humanely, very quickly. A quick knife up through the center of them will kill them straight away. One of the secret ingredients to this is the tamari. So it's kind of like the yellow stuff that's inside the head of the crab. You want to save a little bit of that when you're cleaning the crab to put in the sauce as well. After I have corded out my crabs, I like to crack the claws with the back of the knife to allow the sauce to enter while I'm cooking later on. So the process for our super easy home, sailing, boat or camping friendly chili mud crab is this. Grate your ginger, chop your garlic, onions and chili. Heat up some peanut oil with a few slices of garlic in a large pot or pan. Then place the raw mud crab pieces in the pan and fry. If your crab pieces start doing this, don't stress. It's not a zombie crab coming to take revenge on you, but just the nerves twitching away as a sign of freshness. Fry until halfway cooked through but still green in parts. Remove the crab and set aside. In the same pan with the crab juices, add rice vinegar, sesame oil and fry the onions and garlic. Add in your soy sauce, sweet chili sauce, fish sauce, tomato sauce, or hoisin in our case. Add the tamale from your crab head. Give it all a good stir. Add ginger and chili. At this point, you would usually add chopped spring onions, but we don't have any, so the half-cooked crab now goes in. I like to take some sauce out to pour over the crab if I'm using a shallow pan. Crack a free-range egg on top. Stir it all together so the crab is fully coated and cover your crab until it's just cooked through. And there you have your super sexy, super easy, super tasty chili mud crab. amazing how so much of that sauce goes right inside the crab. Oh, oh man. How good is that?
I love these.
It's so good.
Wow.
Like if you're catching crabs and fish and everything, all you need is just some base ingredients on the boat and you can literally eat like a 5-star restaurant. Turn the camera off, this is about to get pretty intense. Look at all these soldier crabs, insane. On the sand flats near our anchorage, another sailor is quite successfully netting potty mullet to use as bait. Fine scale.
We're just talking about them.
Look at that.
Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Giant scale mullet.
Yeah.
When I look a little closer, I notice something else has been pulled in his net that I thought I would collect to take back for lunch. White bait in the net. I don't even know how they stayed in the net because the net was like that wide and these things are tiny. But they were just sitting on the sand, so I collected them up and didn't want to waste anything, so I collected them, rinsed all the sand off, or most of the sand off, and dried them, and I'm going to try and fry them up and see how they go. So I've got just some white flour and salt. I'm going to dust them up, put them in a hot pan with oil, lemon, and that's it. See how they go. Well, it doesn't look very pretty. In fact, it looks so ugly. It looks horrendous. This might be a failure, Fran, but let's see.
It's pretty good.
Not too crunchy? It's good?
Very nice, yeah. It's just a bit sandy, but I like it.
Surprisingly really good. Wow. It doesn't look pretty.
Crunchy.
That's the sand. Join us next episode when we leave the sandy straits for the inside coast of Gari, where we continue our foraging and seafood gathering in preparation for our ocean passage, before taking off to sea with the Great Barrier Reef in our sights.